Hi everyone, my name is Annie, and I am making this quick video about some of the struggles that I grew up with digestive issues. So, going into college is really when I started to notice the things that I was eating were really affecting my digestive system. I always had a stomach ache. I always felt really bloated. I always felt like some of the things that I was eating really wasn't sitting well. So going into my freshman year, when we, obviously we're eating like dorm food and, cafeteria food, I dealt with a lot of stomach issues and some that got to the point where I wouldn't go out and meet new friends and um, stay inside because I had really bad stomach issues. And my college roommate obviously can attest to this, that I would eat certain things, such as like dairy and whey, and I really, I had, like issues with my stomach. So I just didn't go to the bathroom. I wasn't regular. I always felt a discomfort and just bloated. So when I went to go put on my jeans or anything like that, it wasn't necessarily that I wasn't like eating or, I wasn't like a bad weight. It's just I always had something, feeling that bloat feeling. So going into my junior year and senior year, I, obviously moved off campus and I started to eat a little bit better. And that's when my mom introduced me to Shakeology. So Shakeology for me, I've never done like a protein shake and I've never done like a meal replacement shake, which Shakeology is a full meal replacement. So it's a little bit different than things that you would find at, GMC or, local things over the counter. So I was on Zolac, which is they put me on medicine for irritable bowel syndrome. So that's what I was diagnosed with my sophomore year. And obviously the medication made it better, but I felt kind of funny being on medication at such a young age and, knowing that maybe I'd have to struggle with this, every for the rest of my life. And was it something that, that I was going to become dependent on? And that was like my biggest thing. Like, the more that I was like using it, the more I was dependent on it, where if I went off of it, then I really couldn't, go to the bathroom. Or, I still had that stomach aches. And it was more embarrassing, I think, than anything, because it's not fun to admit that you have, digestive issues. But I know that a lot of people do struggle with them. And so, I went to the doctor and they told me to, so there's some of the things that I did to limit the way that I was feeling discomfort was I really found that dairy for me was something that immediately gave me a stomach ache. So anything that had whey in it, I would have an immediate pain in my stomach, or, just milk or ice cream or things like that. I wasn't to the point where I like couldn't eat, those things, like where I was like keeling over dying and I was allergic to them. I just had a really bad discomfort. And then, a couple of days later, I'd have to suffer with that feeling of bloat and, um, just feeling uncomfortable with myself. So anyways, I got on Shakeology and I did the regular, which was with whey. And I really liked the way that I felt, full, and I didn't have, I could go along without having to, I immediately like lost 10 pounds on it, but I still had a little bit of issue with the whey. So it wasn't until I switched over to the vegan, which is made with pea protein, that I saw drastic increases in the way that I was feeling, and most importantly, with my digestion and regularity. So for me, I never was like one of those people that like, oh, at this time, that's when everything happens in the morning. As soon as I started drinking Shakeology, I had that, and I felt, a relief. I was able to get off my medication. So I went to my doctor. That he did some tests, and he said, this is like really helping you. And I started to continually drink it. More so for, I mean, obviously I wanted to lose weight because I just had two babies, but I also wanted to improve the way that I was feeling. So I started to drink it, and slowly over like 3 months, I lost over 20 pounds and just felt so much better, so much more energy. So a lot of people, ask me like, what is, Shakeology? Like I've never done like a protein shake. And Shakeology honestly is so much more than just a protein shake. It is obviously has protein in it, but it has 70 real whole foods, so superfoods in it. So for example, some of them are like the essential amino acids that help you build like muscle and reduce food cravings. They promote like healthy hair, nails. It has like quinoa in it, flaxseed. With the vegan, it has they used to have brown rice, and now it's pea rice, and it has like chia seeds. Everything that you really like couldn't find, you'd have to eat salads upon salads in order to get everything, the nutrition value that you have in Shakeology. So it also has other things such as like adaptogens that help you with your immune system and increase your energy, that help you protect your body against stress. I have other things that in my family with just having like a bad immune system. Growing up, I had idiopathic purpura, which is basically like an unknown cause, but it's from a low immune system. So very easily my body could get worn down with like stress. And one of the things I noticed was I just felt more energy and my immune system was better, to the point where, I really wasn't getting that sick often. I could probably count on my finger, on my one hand, like how many times I've been sick in the past 2 years. It also helps with other things such as, like when I was pregnant, basically my doctor told me this was like a prenatal pill. I was just missing the, folic acid. For me, the prebiotics and the probiotics with the digestive enzymes is what I was talking about, with, proper nutrition and the fiber that I was needing. That's really where I saw the biggest difference. Also, it has other things like plant source ingredients. So it has, goji berries and blueberries and green tea, spinach, barley grass. So basically like a shake for me, when I first started, I was like, oh, well, I can't like afford that, like, oh, that's like $140. So I signed up to be a coach and it's $97. So for me, it breaks down to like $3 a shake, which when I was traveling and on the road, like I didn't eat breakfast and I had a really poor diet. And obviously it was helping with my, all of these things I just mentioned. So for me, like every morning, I just have it. I'm like horrible. I have it with water to this point because I just drink it. But I do sometimes make it as a meal with like peanut butter and almond milk and ice. And for people that have like celiac disease, or they have those issues with regularity, the vegan is something that I highly suggest. And you wouldn't really want to stay around whey, because it can, again, this is 100% gluten free. So there's just so much more involved than just like having it be like, oh, that's that shake you drank. Like for me, it was just so much more than that. So anyway, this is pretty much like my analogy of what has done for me. Obviously, like I strongly believe in the product. Again, like I've never gone to like GMC. I've never tried like any other protein shake. So when people try to like compare those things to me, I don't care. I've tried like the whey protein and like things like that, and it still is giving me a stomach. And for me, like this is a full meal. This is what I have for breakfast. This is what has helped me. So I'm just sharing my story. I'm not pushing this on anybody, but there's so many people that I have helped that have come to me that say that they also have a digestive issue, that they, have IBS. And I've helped so many people with these problems just from me sharing this embarrassment of, struggling. Like I used to be in my dorm room and be very embarrassed about the way that, I felt, because it was something that I couldn't figure out, and I didn't want to spend, going to the doctors, and I really didn't want to be on medication for it. So it has drastically 100% and completely changed my life from when I was 22 to now when I'm 29. So anyways, if you want more information about it, I'd be happy to help you and see if this would be a good fit for you. Bye.